Well, yet again, the city of Boston, Massachusetts getting walloped by a huge snowstorm. This one depositing 22 inches of snow at the airport. I've seen amounts as high as 27 inches. That was in the city of Norwell. Things are finally starting to wind down a bit, but they could see another 2 to 4 inches before it does finally taper off early tomorrow morning. And look at the result of this massive amount of snow. This is what they're calling the Boston Snow Farm. That's on Tide Street in Boston. This picture courtesy of Chris Merritt on Twitter. And they are facing a huge problem with what to do with all this snow. They could have more on the way later this week. City officials are looking into possibly dumping some of this snow into Boston Harbor, which is typically their last resort. They don't like to do that. They're using snow melters and anything they can to try to get rid of at least some of the snow before the next storm comes down the pike. Meantime, on the flip side, it looks and feels like spring here in North Texas, and it will again tomorrow. 74 degrees, 70 on Wednesday, and then the first of two cold fronts will get us back to more typical February levels. About 50 on Thursday. Will briefly turn warmer on Friday at 60 degrees. And a second cold front will come through here Saturday afternoon. Look at these numbers here. This looks more like late April. 79 from Don Niblett in Decatur, as well as Taltat and Waxahachie. Down in Walnut Springs, Troy Powell there, 81 degrees, and Adam Affleck and Rowlett with 75. Officially 75 at DFW after morning low of 46. 59 the average for this time of the year, and no record set today. That was 87 set back in 1960. Pollen count elevated again today, 201 for elm and juniper. Your air quality good. The UV index was moderate. At this hour, it's still very mild. 62 in Carrollton, 63 Fort Worth, 61 in Dallas, 56 degrees in Frisco. Winds are out of the east-southeast. They're light at 5 and the pressure at 30.06. Overnight tonight, a clear sky with low temperatures falling back into the low to middle 40s. Barely a cloud in the sky today across North Texas. That's really the only downside in our forecast here. Over the next 7 days, I've only got one small chance of rain, and that's really not until early next week. Bright sunshine once again tomorrow. We'll start out in the 40s, and we should warm up to close to 75 by the afternoon. It'll still be mild on Wednesday, and then here comes the first cold front. Cooling down behind that on Thursday with highs only in the low 50s, and then a second cold front Saturday afternoon. But with both of these cold fronts, the core of the very cold air will be bypassing us well off to the east and northeast, and that second front could have freezing temperatures as far south as central Florida. 74 tomorrow, 70 on Wednesday. 50 then your high on Thursday. Looking ahead to the weekend, Valentine's Day, upper 50s but falling during the afternoon, and a high of 52 on Sunday after a light freeze in the morning.